How I'm 92 and haven't been sick in 30 years. 5 life-changing habits. Doctors told me long ago, decades ago, that I should have slowed down, taken it easy, and accepted the inevitable limitations that come with age. They said my body was wearing out, that my best days were behind me. But here I am, at 92 years old, still behind the wheel, still moving through life on my own terms. And what's more, I haven't been sick, not once, not even a cold, in over 30 years. Some might call that luck. I've heard it whispered behind my back. Oh, she's just fortunate. But I know better. This isn't luck. It's not some genetic lottery that I won. It's the result of choices, small, consistent choices that have rewired my body and mind over time. Choices I made long ago and continue to make every single day. These choices didn't come with flashy promises or expensive equipment. They weren't complicated or time-consuming. They were simple habits, 5 of them, that quietly transformed my health and vitality. Habits so straightforward that many would doubt their power, yet powerful enough to keep me vibrant and strong when so many others around me have faltered. I want to share these habits with you, not just as tips, but as a testament to what is possible. Because aging isn't a sentence, it's a journey. A journey where each day holds the potential for renewal, strength, and health. You don't have to resign yourself to decline. You don't have to surrender your independence or your joy. At 92, I still drive not just because I can, but because I choose to. Because these habits have given me a body that supports my life, a mind that embraces each day with clarity, and a spirit that refuses to give up. This is my story, and perhaps it can become yours too. Habit 1, gentle morning movement. Before getting out of bed, every morning, before my feet even touch the floor, I take a moment. It's not exercise, not a workout, not stretching in the traditional sense. It's a simple ritual, a message I send to my body that today, we move, we breathe, we live. For me, this practice began when I was 62. I learned something important. The first 30 minutes after waking are when the body ages the fastest. Blood thickens, joints stiffen, and the nervous system slowly wakes from its deep rest. Most people rush through this moment. They jump out of bed, grab their phones, and dive straight into the chaos of the day. But rushing only jolts the body, adding stress before it's ready. Instead, I lie on my back, quiet and slow. I take 3 deep, deliberate breaths, letting the air fill my lungs and calm my mind. Then I gently wiggle my fingers and toes, slowly rotating my ankles and wrists. 90 seconds, just a minute and a half, is all it takes. This tiny ritual may seem almost silly, but it tells every joint, every muscle, every fiber of my being, wake up, you are needed. It sends fresh blood coursing to my limbs, oxygen flowing to my brain, and awareness blossoming in my senses. It strengthens my balance, calms my nerves, and prepares me for the day ahead. I remember how my mornings used to be. At 60, I would wake stiff and sluggish. My legs felt heavy. My head was clouded with fog. I stumbled through the house, and once I even tripped over my own slippers because my feet hadn't yet woken up. That was my wake-up call, literally. If I didn't start sending my body a signal each morning, it would keep hitting snooze. Now, this morning movement isn't just a habit, it's a lifeline. I do it before coffee, before checking the news, before any distraction pulls me away from myself. And if one day I forget, my body reminds me with stiffness or discomfort. Science supports what I've felt in my bones. Studies show that gentle morning movements help reduce inflammation, support joint health, and regulate blood pressure. The power is not in the intensity, but in the consistency, the quiet, daily conversation between you and your body. So I ask you, when was the last time you truly said good morning to your body? Not with words, but with movement and breath. A gentle hello that tells it, I see you. I need you. Let's begin. Because aging doesn't happen all at once. It happens in moments like these, quiet, almost forgettable moments when you choose to care for yourself. And it is in these moments that we can start anew, every single day. Habit 2. Drinking my golden glass. Every morning, after my gentle morning movement, I reach for something simple. A warm glass of water infused with lemon, turmeric, and just a pinch of black pepper. I call it my golden glass. It's not a fancy supplement or some expensive superfood. It's a humble ritual that has kept me strong and healthy for over 30 years. This golden drink might seem too simple to be true, but don't let its modesty fool you. It is a powerhouse, a quiet guardian that primes my immune system, lowers inflammation, and jump-starts my digestion before breakfast even arrives. The fresh lemon floods my body with vitamin C, a potent antioxidant that strengthens white blood cells, our immune system's frontline defenders. It also helps wake up my liver, encouraging bile production that supports digestion and helps flush out toxins. As we age, digestion slows down, but lemon helps keep it moving smoothly. Turmeric, that vibrant golden root, carries curcumin, a compound proven in hundreds of studies to fight inflammation. Chronic inflammation is a silent enemy that creeps in with age, bringing joint pain, chronic illness, and even cognitive decline. Curcumin keeps those fires at bay, helping my body stay flexible and sharp. And here's the secret ingredient: black pepper. It's not just for flavor. The piperine in black pepper boosts the absorption of curcumin by up to 2,000%. Without it, turmeric's benefits barely reach my bloodstream. Together, these three simple ingredients create a ritual that speaks louder than any pill. Every morning, as I sip my golden glass, I'm telling my body, we're ready, we're strong, we're on offense today. When I first started this habit, I was plagued by sinus infections, stiff joints every winter, and sluggish mornings. But within weeks, my digestion improved, my joints loosened, and months later, I realized I hadn't been sick in nearly a year. That was 30 years ago. This ritual hasn't just kept illness away. It's become a daily act of love and care, a tangible way to support my body through the years. It reminds me that health isn't about magic or luck, but about the small, consistent choices we make. So if you take anything from my story, let it be this: you don't need complicated solutions or expensive cures. Sometimes the simplest things, when done with intention, can change everything. Habit 3. Daily 15-minute anti-inflammatory walk. Every day, rain or shine, I step outside for a walk. Not a run, not a race, just a gentle, purposeful 15-minute walk. I call it my anti-inflammatory walk because it does more than move my legs. It moves everything else back into balance. Many people think walking is a fallback, something you do when you can't do more. But at 92, I know better. Walking is the foundation of my health, the medicine that keeps my joints loose, my mind sharp, and my spirit steady. Scientific studies back this up. Just 20 minutes of walking can reduce markers of inflammation in the body, regulate blood sugar, and even lower the risk of death by nearly 40%. It boosts creativity and mental clarity more than any time spent sitting or resting. But what truly sold me on this habit wasn't the numbers. It was the day I skipped my walk. About 25 years ago, I was busy. Told myself I'd walk later, but the day slipped away. That evening, I felt old. Not tired, not sore, just old. My joints felt unfamiliar. My lungs forgot how to stretch. It was a stark reminder that walking wasn't optional. It was medicine. Now I treat my walk like a prescription. I put on shoes with good support, start slow, and focus on my breath. 4 seconds in, 6 seconds out. I swing my arms gently, keeping my posture open. And here's something you might not expect. I smile while I walk. Smiling isn't just a reaction to happiness, it creates happiness. It activates the vagus nerve, a powerful part of the nervous system that helps regulate inflammation, heart rate, and digestion. Studies show that smiling during movement amplifies the anti-stress benefits of exercise. By the time I finish, my shoulders have rolled back, my knees feel flexible, and my mood has lifted. Walking resets my body and mind. It reminds me I'm alive, capable, and still growing. You don't need fancy gear, perfect weather, or boundless energy to start. Just put on your shoes, open the door, and tell your body, let's begin again. Because every step you take says, I still can. Habit 4. Protein-rich breakfast to fuel body and brain. When I turned 60, I thought I was eating well. Fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and even a multivitamin here and there. But despite my best efforts, I felt my strength slipping. By mid-morning, my energy dipped. I started forgetting names, misplacing my keys, and even wondering if I had eaten lunch at all. I chalked it up to aging. Then my doctor told me something that changed everything. You're just not getting enough protein. I learned that after 60, our bodies don't absorb or use protein as efficiently as they once did. This means we need more, not less, to maintain muscle, memory, immunity, and healing. Protein isn't just for bodybuilders. It's the building block of immune cells, enzymes that repair our tissues, and neurotransmitters that keep our minds sharp. So, I transform my breakfast. Instead of cereal or toast, I now eat what I call my brain and body breakfast. A simple, powerful combination. 1 boiled egg, a cup of Greek yogurt, a handful of walnuts, and a few blueberries. Together, these provide over 25 grams of high-quality protein, along with healthy fats and antioxidants that fight inflammation and support brain health. Research supports this change. Studies show that older adults who consume 25 to 30 grams of protein per meal have stronger muscles, fewer hospital visits, and longer lifespans. Those with higher protein intake also respond better to illness and vaccines, proving that protein builds resilience, not just strength. Some days I mix it up. Cottage cheese with flax seeds, grilled chicken on sprouted toast, or a lentil scramble when I'm feeling fancy. But I never skip protein, especially at breakfast. This meal sets the tone for my entire day. It fuels me, steadies my blood sugar, and sharpens my focus. I used to crash around 11 a.m., but now I glide through mornings with the energy of someone half my age. Whether I'm driving, meeting friends, or managing appointments, I'm steady and clear-headed. If you think protein isn't important, think again. You wouldn't fuel a car with empty calories, so don't do it to yourself. Nourish your body with what it truly needs, and watch your strength, mind, and immunity flourish. Habit 5. Mental tuning, setting intention. Every morning, before I speak to anyone or even check the weather, I sit quietly for 3 minutes each morning. This isn't meditation or therapy, just a simple practice I call mental tuning. I close my eyes and vividly imagine the kind of day I want to have. Calm, strong, steady, and useful. I don't picture the traffic jams, the errands, or the worries that often crowd our minds. Instead, I see myself moving through the day with confidence behind the wheel, clarity in conversations, and peace no matter what unfolds. This small ritual might sound insignificant, but it is the most powerful thing I do. Neuroscience tells us that the brain cannot distinguish between vividly imagined experiences and real ones. When you imagine doing something in detail, the same areas of the brain light up as if you were actually doing it. Over time, this rewires your nervous system, training your body to be calm, focused, and sharp before you even leave the house. Why does this matter so much? Because chronic stress is the #1 enemy of our immune system. Not germs, not genetics, but stress itself. Stress releases cortisol, which damages brain cells, weakens immunity, and even strips away muscle. And as seniors, we carry stress differently. It shows up as confusion, fatigue, and sudden illness. I learned this firsthand when a dear friend, the same age and health background as me, lived in a constant state of worry. News, politics, money. His mind never rested. One day, he collapsed from a heart issue with no warning. He recovered, but his life was forever changed. He asked me, "How are you never rattled? Don't you ever worry?" I told him, "Worry is a thief. Every morning I lock the door on it." It starts with intention and ends with resilience. When you train your mind to be still and focused, your body follows. Your blood pressure lowers, your immune cells activate, your memory sharpens, and even your digestion improves. Studies show that just 5 minutes of daily mental rehearsal reduces anxiety, improves focus, and boosts immune response, effects that last for weeks. So you don't need to be a monk or guru. No candles or chants required. Just sit. Picture strength. Picture joy. Picture yourself driving at 92, laughing at the traffic, feeling healthy and alive. And over time, it becomes real. Your thoughts shape your hormones, and your hormones shape your health. This daily mental tuning has kept me steady through decades. It is the quiet force behind my vitality. These 5 habits, morning movement, my golden glass, daily healing walks, protein-rich breakfasts, and mindful mental tuning, may seem small on their own. But together, they have rewired my body and mind, giving me decades of strength, clarity, and resilience. I don't need expensive supplements or complicated routines. I just need consistency and intention. Because health doesn't vanish in an instant. It slips away quietly in the moments we skip caring for ourselves. And it returns the same way. Thought by thought, step by step, bite by bite. At 92, I'm still here, still driving, still living on my own terms. And I want you to know, it's never too late to start. You don't have to wait for some perfect moment or the arrival of motivation. Every morning is a new beginning, a chance to tell your body, I choose health, not by chance, but by choice. If you've been wondering if it's too late to make a difference, let me remind you, you're still here. You still can, and you are already on your way.